Employees of a local bakery owned by Hostess are striking tonight.
It's part of a nationwide strike at the troubled baker. Our Catherine Underwood is tracking the story.
She joins us live in Biddeford. Catherine, what has these employees so upset tonight?
Well, they're upset over cuts to pay and benefits. Kim and Greg, we actually just spoke with a spokesperson from Hostess, and he said there's only one strike going on in Ohio right now, so we informed him that there is a strike in Biddeford well underway. These guys actually just brought in a porta potty, and they have fire buckets set up at all of the entrances here. Now, a few of the workers we spoke with say they actually love their jobs and just can't afford all the cuts to pay and benefits. Now, Hostess filed for bankruptcy earlier this year, eventually won the right to impose a new contract on about 6,000 of these workers in the Bakers Union. And last week, a judge authorized a strike, and these employees out here tonight say they had no other choice than to join the picket line.
In the whole 5 years I've been here, they've always made us scared, worried about our jobs, and this is the last straw. They took our pension 6-8 months ago, and
they're taking too much from us, and it comes to economics. I can't afford this.
Hostess Brands, already in financial trouble, issued a statement this evening saying a widespread strike will cause the company to liquidate. So tonight the company is urging all employees to stay on the job to try to help rebuild this company. We're live in Biddeford tonight. Catherine Underwood, News 13. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Catherine, live on the scene there.
Well, some breaking news we're following coming in right now. Maine's largest teachers union is expressing some outrage over a comment by Governor Paul LePage this morning that they say is untrue and that insults public school students around the state. He told a crowd at York County Community College this morning that if you want a good education, go to a private school. Here's an excerpt.
If you want a good education, go to an academy. If you want a good education, go to private schools. Can't afford it, tough luck.
Apologies for the audio quality again. The governor went on to say he doesn't care about re-election but wants to bring change and, in his words, agitate the citizens of Maine. Now, this comes after he previously said that Maine students are looked down upon out of state, which also drew some outrage from educators. The governor's office previously said that he's expressing his own opinion on this matter and is working in the best interest of Maine students.
The third installment of the Kennebunk Johns list is released today.
Our Marissa Bodner has been following the story. She has been doing that from the beginning, in fact. She joins us now live from Kennebunk with these new details. Marissa.
Yeah, Kim and Greg, this is quickly becoming a pretty familiar end-of-the-week routine for many here in Kennebunk. Every other Friday means more names of accused Johns. Today, 15 more, and according to the Kennebunk police blotter, the men range in age from 32 to 68. The men are charged with engaging a prostitute. The prostitute, according to police, is 29-year-old Alexis Wright, who they say ran the business with partner Mark Strong out of her Kennebunk Zumba studio. Both have been charged. The men on today's list were issued summons between October 29th and today. According to the Kennebunk police blotter, they're mostly from nearby areas, but up to Augusta and as far south as Florida. Names released in the first two batches included a former mayor and a now former high school hockey coach. Many in Kennebunk are tired of the scandal, but still talking about it.
I was in Hong Kong last week, and one of my friends said to me, "Are you taking Zumba lessons?" And I said, "No, why?" He said, "It's all over the news over here on the Zumba thing in Kennebunk." And I said, "No." I said, it's a crazy thing.
To put their names, no, because you're embarrassing the whole family. You're not hurting just the man, you're hurting the whole family.
With today's release of 15 more names, a total of 54 names of accused Johns have been released up until this point. To see a complete list, you can find that on our website, WGME.com. Live in Kennebunk, I'm Marissa Bodner for News 13. Kim and Greg, back to you.
Yeah, weeks to go still on the story too, Marissa. Thanks so much.
All across the state, Mainers are pitching in to help out in the aftermath of Superstorm Sandy.
News 13's Brad Rogers takes a closer look at what's inspiring so many to want to try to help.
In the 12 days since the hurricane hit, Mainers have opened their hearts and wallets for hurricane victims. Portland-based Otto's Pizza bringing 600 hot fresh pizzas, hoagies, and bottled water for families in Brooklyn.
We said, you know what, at the end of the day, people need some food. Let's just pack up a truck and let's go down there. and we'll find a place to give out all of our stuff. And that's really what we did.
Fire departments across Maine turned into collection sites for Mainers giving generously to hurricane relief efforts. This firehouse looks more like a thrift store.
It's been really a miraculous outpour of support from the community.
And I think they realized that we did dodge a bullet, and we all know as first responders and firefighters that if it was us, they would do the same for us.
And this is only the start. Next week, an area church will send food and supplies to Staten Island, while a group of Portland area realtors head to Long Island to start fixing storm-ravaged homes.
We've been told what we're going to find is not going to be pretty. We're going to be ripping out carpets and sheetrock and getting homes disinfected as best as we can to try to get that initial stage of their lives back together again.
Businesses here in Ogunquit are also doing something special. All next week, they'll be hosting hurricane victims free of charge. People who've lost their homes and most of their belongings.
It's not vacation. It really is a way to just get away, have a change of scenery, have a chance to regroup.
As many as 130 hurricane victims will be treated to an all-expenses-paid getaway in Ogunquit, including hotel rooms, meals, shopping, and entertainment.
It occurred to us that we should try and do something. You know, this is not August, it's not July. We have the opportunity, we have the rooms. It's the right thing to do.
The only hitch, some families are afraid to leave because of all the looting going on. Brad Rogers, News 13.
Oh, by the way, Schooner Bay Taxi in Rockland is going to send 2 large vans down to the Jersey Shore to drive some of those families back to Ogunquit.
The vans will also be filled with donations like bottled water, baby food, and canned goods.
Well, CMP crews also are doing their part to help out those who are still without power down south.
Earlier today, more crews left for the more than 300-mile trip.
My GPS said it's about 300 plus miles. So we've got quite a ride ahead of us. We're planning to stop in Massachusetts for fuel.
This was the scene this morning as dozens of Central Maine power workers discussed the long trip south. They are bringing more manpower and equipment to the devastated areas in the northwestern part of that state.
Yeah, this hits especially close to home for one CMP worker with family living in New Jersey. He says some of his family is still without power tonight.
My sister's without power still in Belmar. My mother was out for about a week and a half, but she has power now.
Had to have been especially scary hearing about all this, knowing you had loved ones down there.
Yeah, my brother went through quite a situation. He left at the last minute. I guess it wasn't a mandatory evacuation, but he stayed till the water reached his house and then left. And fortunately, he had a pickup truck, so he was able to drive through 4 or 5 feet of water to get out.
Well, those CMP crews are helping crews from New Jersey-based First Energy. The crews are helping some of the same workers that came here to help Maine during the ice storm of '98. Well, he murdered an 81-year-old woman in Farmington. Now he's heading to prison for the next 50 years.
Tonight, the small community in western Maine is reacting to the sentence, the community where this happened. News 13's Steve Roldan has more on what people are saying about the crime and the punishment.
Most people we spoke to say Contreras' 50-year sentence is not enough for the murder of Grace Burton, but they do say with him in jail, they'll be able to move past what happened here, but they say Burton's murder will never be forgotten.
He got off easy. Pretty simple. You know, she can't come back. She's not looking at 50 years. She's looking at forever.
I think it was too lenient. He should have at least gotten life. That's how I feel.
Just some of the opinions from people who live in this community, a community shaken by the brutal murder of Grace Burton. He initially pleaded not guilty to murder, but changed his plea to guilty and was given his punishment in a Franklin County Superior Courtroom. When he gets out of prison at the age of 78, he will be deported to his native Guatemala. Contreras stabbed Burton 35 times. At the start of the trial, he admitted to murdering Burton, saying he was high on bath salts at the time of the crime and that he didn't know what he was doing.
I think it'll always be a tragic event that unfortunately mars our community. When it happened, it was very devastating and people were very nervous. It took a while for them to catch him and we weren't sure what was going on. But I think that, yeah, it's going to definitely bring closure. Anytime there's a verdict and a sentence, that's going to bring some closure.
Yeah, you hope it's a one-off incident. You know, we know that it's not the norm for around here, and we don't like to see those kind of things. I mean, this is a peaceful community. It's a nice neighborhood, and there's a lot of good people here.
People in one community forever scarred by the loss of one of their own. In Farmington, Steve Roldan, News 13.
Now, prosecutors in this case say Contreras' DNA matched a sample of blood that was found outside of Burton's apartment.
On the Crime Watch tonight, Portland police are searching for the suspect in a brutal stabbing. Investigators are looking for this man, 21-year-old Justin Renna. Police say he stabbed another man in a Front Street apartment and took off. The man who was stabbed is expected to survive. Renna is considered armed and dangerous, though, and if you do see him, do not approach him. Just call police.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with Charlie DePresti.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Today was a great day. It felt nice to get some sunshine back. Tomorrow will be a carbon copy, mostly sunny skies. If anything, a few degrees cooler. Today we made in the low 50s, upper 40s tomorrow. A few more clouds tomorrow night. There's the slight chance for a shower, then just partly sunny Sunday. A little bit warmer, but it will be a little breezy on Sunday as well. Temps are in the 40s right now, 42 for you in Brunswick, mid-40s for us here in Portland. Many towns inland are already in the lower 40s. Some areas in the mountains are already in the upper 30s, 39 degrees there in Berlin, New Hampshire. Of course, it's been cold enough to make snow. Rangeley's in the 30s. Up at Sugarloaf, they open for business today. This is the earliest they have opened since 2007. Sugarloaf and Sunday River open. So ski season is here in Maine. So we're looking forward to many more mountains opening in the coming weeks. Satellite radar composite is quiet in our area right now. Looking off to the west, you can see a few clouds back into the mountains in New Hampshire and the western mountains of Maine. We captured some of those from our Raymond Sky Cam looking at Mount Washington. Just a few of those clouds in the horizon there. With mainly clear skies throughout the day. There is a warm front to our west. A weak cold front will be moving through, but that warm front moves through tomorrow night into Sunday. It will bring with it a round of clouds. Again, there is the slight chance for a shower, but all in all, I think you're going to like the weekend forecast, certainly after what we've been through over the last couple of weeks around here. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, notice a nice bright sunny start to the day. Temps starting in the 30s. Overnight lows should bottom out in the 20s. A nice rebound in temps tomorrow, mid to upper 40s for highs. Your normal high temperature for the state is around 50 degrees. I think most areas should top out in the mid to upper 40s. All right, clouds start to increase tomorrow night. Remember that warm front I was telling you about? Clouds start to increase late tomorrow night. This is about 4:30 in the morning on Sunday. And the reason I stop it here, I think this is our greatest chance for a brief shower. So not everyone's going to get one. In fact, most areas just see mostly cloudy conditions. Skies should become at least partly sunny on Sunday. The wind will shift over to the south. It will become breezy, but the temps warm up a little bit. So it's a little bit of a trade-off. Temps mid-50s to end out the weekend. Sunny skies tomorrow, more clouds tomorrow night, then partly sunny Sunday. Overall, you're going to like the weekend forecast, I think. A nice November weekend with temps in the upper 40s. Mid-50s on Sunday, 60s return on Monday. That's what we've been looking for, right? Mondays are warmest day. A cold front puts an end to the party, though. Look for some rain to move in on Tuesday. Rain and rain showers, then we cool it off in its wake Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So this forecast really is a roller coaster of a ride here. 30s yesterday. We're heading back up into the 60s early next week, and then we head back down to the 40s late next week. So something for everyone.
So in fairness, the week after that, we should be in the 60s again.
Yes, you're right. We should, right?
I like the
I'm
plan.
not counting on it. Yeah.
As long as I can hold up on those snow tires, as long as possible.
Not much longer. No, I don't
Thanks,
know.
Charlie.
All right, thanks.